Well, here I am again to make another film. Now, I don't know who would ever see these films, but so I'm going to introduce myself again. So I want people to know who this old fella is that keeps coming up here and talking. My name is Ted McCoy, and I'm from Yucca, Alabama. Now, my wife sets up this laptop computer here to film me. Now, I don't know nothing about no laptops and no computers. But all I know how to do is hand it to her when she asks for it. And I reckon you'd sort of train just a regular old dog to fetch. Now, so today, I'm going to start out by admitting that when I got older, I thought I'd be smarter. But there seems to be a lot of things, important things in this life that I just don't know much about. You can't seem to figure it out. Now, I used to think I knew a lot of things, and I guess I do know some. But sometimes my ignorance just overwhelms me. And especially true when all these kids around you seems to have all this knowledge and right at their fingertips. And when they need to know something, they just pull a telephone out of their pocket and dial up a number, and they'll find out what they want to know in just a few seconds. Now, after seeing people do this, sort of makes me wonder why we got all these high schools and colleges when all these people need to do is know how to do is dial a number. So I think if the phone systems in this country was to go down, we'd sure be in a big old pickle, because nobody knows what to do. So now I don't know who they're calling, and but I do know one thing's pretty plain to me. Whoever it is pretty damn smart, and if he figured out how to charge for it, he's rich too. Now, I know about radios and telephones and televisions, and they still pretty much amaze me. But I haven't been in my mind around that technologies, although I'm not sure I understand everything I know about it. Now, radio I can grasp, because, sound travels through the air. You can test that out with just hollering real loud. I still have a hard time with sending pictures through the air for any distance anyway. Now, I do like to watch TV, and I really used to watch news shows. But a couple of years ago, they sort of went into the entertainment business, and that sort of wound up their usefulness. Now, this computer age is pretty much mind-blowing to old people like me. And that's all right with me. I figure I'm just too old to be wasting my time that I got left on this old earth worrying about something that I've done without all my life. This world is busy, just too busy for people like me. I still live a full, content, and happy life. And even though I don't even know how to turn on one of them computers, it don't matter much anyway. I'm an old carpenter, so I beat my poor old fingers to death over the years, and I couldn't make them punch them tiny little buttons in the right order to save my life. And I wouldn't know what to type on that there machine to get any kind of answer anyway. Now, I've heard them kids talk about things up in the clouds and in the nets and faces in a book, that email stuff. If you want to send me any kind of mail, you just put it in an envelope and drop it by the post office. The U.S. government pays a woman good money to deliver it to my house, well, within a half mile of my house anyway, 6 days a week, and it don't get much better than that. Now, I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone in this computer age, but I reckon I'll just stick to the good old written word. You can buy a real good used set of Encyclopedia Britannica nowadays if you really need to know anything important. I guess that's about all I got to say about this computer age we're in. Now, I'm sharpening a saw I should have sharpened last year when I dulled it. I was cutting the dovetail notches on an old log house for a friend of mine, a neighbor, Wayman Craze. Now I was going to cut a chunk off an old cedar log over here and make me a big old wooden maul hammer. And noticed right off it was kind of dull. That happens when you hit one of them big old wrought iron square nails about 200 years old. I think them things get harder with age. Now, I've always heard that you sort of judge a man by condition of his tools. And my tools about like me. They're sort of out of date, kind of wore down, and but they're pretty sharp. But well, in my case, I guess I ain't too sharp. Now, I guess people used to make their living sharpening saws. I know my daddy used to take saws out on Sand Mountain to Phoebus to Mr. I think it's Sam Goforth. And there's a man over here at Stevenson named Roosevelt Guess. Used to sharpen saws, I believe, over at the Chickamauga Cedar Mill Flooring Company. I don't think nobody sharpens them anymore. Well, you can buy a saw, use them, get them dull, and just throw them away. I figure that them Chinese people just make you nothing. Not only are we in this computer age, I guess we're in a disposable age. I guess everything's just so easily gotten that things are just not valued like they used to be. But you know, I still live in the times like they used to be. And I kind of like it like that. Well, I've done it again. Started on one store and ended up on nothing. Well, maybe we'll do this again someday. I got to get sharpened up beside this old saw. Trying to get it turned around here a little bit.